Thanks, Pierre. We are joined now by the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff. Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning. I want to begin with President Trump's tweet from yesterday. Put it up on screen there. He says the memo totally vindicates Trump in probe, but the Russia witch hunt goes on and on. There was no collusion. There was no obstruction. The word now used because after 1 year of looking endlessly and finding nothing, collusion is dead. This is an American disgrace. The memo vindicates Trump?
Of course, not at all. And in fact, on the issue of collusion, what the memo indicates is the investigation didn't begin with Carter Page. It actually began with George Papadopoulos, someone who was a foreign policy advisor for candidate Trump, and someone who was meeting secretly with the Russians and talking about the stolen Clinton emails. So quite to the contrary, even this very flawed memo demonstrates what the origin of the investigation was, and that origin involved the issue of collusion.
And that's one of the problems you've pointed out with the memo. I want to dig into some of the other ones that have been raised. Number one, the memo says that the FISA court should have been told that the dossier was financed by Democrats in Hillary Clinton's campaign. That's relevant information, isn't it?
It is relevant information to alert the FISA court. Is there a political motivation? Was there a political actor involved? And the court was notified a political actor was involved, and that's part of the misleading nature of the FISA application. In terms of the identity of the political actor, the most important information for the court is what did Christopher Steele know? And Glenn Simpson has testified that Christopher Steele was not told the identity of the lawyer or the party behind the lawyer. That's the most important information evaluating Christopher Steele's bias.
But you're saying the court was told that the dossier was funded by a political actor?
Yes, that there was a political actor behind it. And this is, again, part of the misleading character of this document. And George, I want to, comment on this claim by my Republican colleagues that this is oversight. They're just doing this as a matter of oversight in asking these questions about why wasn't this included. If this was oversight, the committee members would want to read the underlying documents. I made a motion to allow them to read the documents. They voted it down. I made a motion to bring the FBI in and ask the FBI these questions. You know, why was this included? Why was that not included? That's what oversight looks like. That's the oversight we've done for 10 years.
You've read the underlying documents.
I have, and they voted that down. They voted against hearing from the FBI. When you do oversight, you haul them in under oath. You say, why was this included? Why wasn't that included? The interest wasn't oversight. The interest was a political hit job on the FBI in the service of the president.
They also point out in the memo a quote from Andrew McCabe, the former deputy director of the FBI, who they say said no surveillance warrant would have been sought from the FISA court without the Steele dossier information. I know you said McCabe didn't say that. Here's how Chairman Nunes responded on Fox.
That is definitely what he said. Not to mention we have other witnesses who said very similar things.
Is it true that the FBI led the FISA application with the dossier?
Yeah, most of the largest percentage of the entire application has to do with the dossier and then using the news story to corroborate the dossier.
Your response to the chairman?
Well, the chairman is wrong. Now, the chairman also hasn't read the underlying materials, but for example, the argument that the Yahoo News article was circular reporting because it was based on something Christopher Steele said, that's not what the article was cited for. And if you read the application, you would know that's not what the article was cited for. But the whole point here is not to be accurate. The point is to be misleading. The Democrats didn't even get to read the memo until minutes before it was voted out to the House. If they were really interested in getting to the truth, that's not the process that they would use. Instead, they used a vehicle that has never been used before in the history of the House to release this very one-sided memorandum. In terms of Andy McCabe, like the memorandum itself, they cherry-pick selectively in what he said. Now, while I can't go into the specifics of his testimony, I can tell you what he said was that you have to look at a FISA application as a cohesive whole. All the parts are important. And the suggestion that the chairman makes there and others on the committee have made also that the entire dossier was included in this is just plain false.
You're responsible for oversight as well. Did the FBI make any mistakes here?
Well, we don't know because we haven't had the opportunity to bring the FBI in before the committee and ask them these questions, which in a normal oversight process we would have the opportunity to do. But the goal here really isn't to find out the answers from the FBI. The goal here is to undermine the FBI, discredit the Mueller investigation, do the president's bidding. From the midnight run the chairman made to the White House to present documents he'd actually gotten from the White House to today, it's all part of the same. And indeed, the chairman wouldn't answer the question about whether his staff was working with the White House on this memorandum. So this is, I think,
inside the committee. He answered on Fox and said there was no working with the White House.
Well, there's a reason I think he wouldn't answer that question in committee. And the reality is...
So you believe that his staff worked with the White House?
I think it's very possible his staff worked with the White House and coordinated the whole effort with the White House. Because it looks so much like this earlier effort, which we know was coordinated with the White House by the same chairman who had said that he would recuse himself, but of course hasn't.
Do you think this memo could be part of an obstruction case?
I don't know whether members of Congress can be part of an obstruction case in the exercise of their duties, even as ill-intentioned as they are. But the president's use of this, the president's decision, for example, I'm going to release the memo, even though the FBI says it's inaccurate, even though the Department of Justice says it's reckless, and what's more, I've made that decision without even reading it. That could be evidence of the president's intent to interfere.
Well, the president
with the
did say he read the memo.
Well, at the time he said, apparently, to a member during the State of the Union, he hadn't read the memo. That's what the White House was saying.
You know, you talked about this strategy to discredit the Mueller investigation. Is it working?
Well, I don't think it's working in the sense that people have a lot of confidence in Bob Mueller, but it is impeaching the FBI. And the problem with this, and this is, I think, at the heart of the department's concern, is if you have a neighbor who's buying fertilizer, lots of fertilizer, but has no yard, and you have concerns about it, and you want to call the FBI, you're now going to wonder, is that FBI going to hold my name in confidence or this information in confidence? What if this becomes politicized? Sources are going to dry up because of what the Republicans on this committee are doing now. There's a compact between our committee and the intelligence community. You give us your deepest held secrets, we will hold them in good confidence. We won't abuse them. They're going to share a lot less with us now, and other sources of information are going to decide not to share with the FBI because they can't rely on our committee not to be partisan in the handling of that information. And that's a deep disservice, which ultimately makes the country less safe.
Congressman Schiff, thanks for your time this morning.